This one is a tough one.
Hello everyone. There's a crisp chill in the air. It's time for new beginnings. It's hoodie weather. To some degree, we're not living in the very pit of hell anymore. Can finally see the sun a little bit. It's a good day. It's a good day for playing good video games. Just here for the spicy me. I try to keep spiciness. Actually, Nick, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. We'll just let that roll out here. Yeah, we'll just let it roll out. Let's leave it there, you know? Let's keep it to the celebrations and stuff, because that can all spiral into like, oh, you know, we're not done yet, and there's all this bullshit we gotta be mad about still. We can just savor the moment. Please keep it right there. That's the extent. We'll put the boundaries on it. Keep the party going, you know? Or to that extent, I have to admit, I've had a glass or two of champagne, and a bit of spoof in the doof. Spoinking that doink, because we're in California. So I'm not in tip-top doom shape right now. That doesn't fucking matter. I'm gonna do it anyway. Real gamers fucking get drunk and high and then win championships. So that's the idea. This is essentially Ultra Nightmare out. I have 2 more levels to go. What I'm gonna do is basically drill a level on my Nightmare save. So at the same difficulty, learn the layout. And then basically get it to where I have it real clean. I know the fights I need. I know where I can use BFG. And then run it on my Ultra Nightmare save. 2 more levels. That's it. And then it will have been done. Took a long time, but it will have been done. Alright. Excuse me. A little scratchy. I haven't been talking today, mostly. I've just been savoring, siphoning all the power out of social media and streams of people goddamn dancing in the streets. It's been fantastic. Get charged off it. Treeb Flugel, thank you for the resub. Will there be a supercut of the whole Ultra Nightmare run? That's way too much footage. There is an editor who has been working on it, but you know they got a life to lead too, so it hasn't just been a straight plow. Maybe eventually. But I'm not sure. Playing Far Cry 2 because of your ads. It runs like ass. It kind of does, yeah. That's a fun game though. But yeah, it doesn't run well, and a lot of the stealth mechanics are busted. And like a lot of ambition in that game, not a lot of execution, unfortunately. And then they were like, screw it, we'll just make we'll make a game for everyone. Yeah, I guess a lot of people are really happy about Mass Remastered. That's good for them. I would play Mass 1 again. I don't know about the rest of them. Actually, Mass. Ugh. I'm worried about them remaking Mass 3 because they might actually drag it out of the mud where it is. I gotta keep my salt back. Now's not a time to be bagging on games other people like. We gotta come together. We gotta heal. Mass 3 had great multiplayer. There. But man, that campaign, I kind of want to play it again before the remaster comes out, because it has like big Metal Gear Solid 4 vibes. A game that's trying to tell you so hard that it's good, but it never actually is that. It just tells you over and over, you're playing an amazing video game. And then you're sitting there just hiding behind a crate, throwing magic fireballs and just shooting the same aliens in amazing waves. Okay, let me put it down. My bad. I'm doing it. It can't be stopped. Can't be stopped. Once the petty cork is popped, it just keeps flowing. You don't like choosing your color of laser after 200 years of content? God, I don't even remember it being that long. Let me shuffle this down. All right. Gotta learn Urdak. Also, I think this might be the loudest gun. Okay. Urdak. Land of angels and demons.
Magnificent, isn't it? Now quickly, the calm maker is nearby. We must stop her before she completes the ritual and gains full control over the icon of sin.
Aesthetically the coolest level. I agree. The way Urdak looks is super, super cool, especially since bizarrely you see a lot of these visual influences in other things first. So, and that's what's really cool about this sort of, just like the tone of Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 and the world they built, is they put so much work in and showed you so little right up front, and they very slowly trickle it out. So like the white and gold, or like ginger is what somebody was saying. Yeah, the skybox is really sick. They show it to you a little bit in other ways. You see some of it in 2016. I think Vega Core. Somebody else had pointed out that that looks very Urdak. Then you see it in Sam Hayden's like new body. So they tease it really, really early. And then like it's really cool that for the finale of Eternal, after all this teasing and like aesthetic bits, you actually go there and see full on what it looks like. So then in Reflect, you can kind of like you can kind of pepper in your knowledge after the fact. And for a Doom game to do something like that is just absurd. Like, it's stupid. Why Doom? It's great. It's great. They didn't have to, but they did. God bless. Listen to the music. It's slightly changed with a recent update. Are you supposed to be able to parse what they're saying? Oh, this is where that Crucible token was. I thought it was on the last level. Someone sum up the lore of the DLC. Okay. Essentially, the biggest things about the DLC were laying out the creation myth of the Doom Eternal universe, which very fuzzily identifies what the Father is as an entity and what it did. It also lays out the formation of Maker Society, which you're looking at right now, which right now is kind of post-Golden Age. Maker Society is kind of like God's chosen that stayed alive well after they were supposed to. That it has very strong vibes of like they achieved immortality through technology and fully lost any kind of humanity along the way. Now they're existing just to exist, and it's kind of sad because they're consuming other civilizations to do it. Very kind of almost like Warhammer level absurdity with the scale of the sort of world of Doom. Okay, so and then Doom DLC, the big notes are basically the Doomslayer taking out more and more galactic level entities. Now basically manifesting Doom's version of Satan or Lucifer. There was somebody the Father created to basically watch over reality, and that person drifted away from the Father. There was a rift there. Basically became it's very similar in biblical terms of like they had a Garden of Eden, but living creatures inside of it went a little weird and sour because there was no suffering. So the person that was in charge of running that sphere of reality, the Father basically sectioned them off because he was like, fuck, that was a mistake. But same sort of God vibes where the Father was like, well, I have pity on the things that I've created and I don't want to just eradicate it and undo it in reality. So he did what a shitty God does and sections it off, pushed it over there. It gradually turned into hell over the course of millennia, or who knows. Like time is almost a non-entity in the in the world there. Oh, Crux, thank you for the donation. That's sick 420. Love it. So, okay, DLC is that essentially the lore of it. I'm not going to spoil what happens at the end. Not that it would be easy to, because it's actually super open to interpretation, which is maybe not super. Basically, Doom Guy, I won't spoil it in case anyone hasn't played it yet. But even seeing it, it's still one of those like, wait a minute, what? Yeah, Jesus himself. Doom, that has nothing to do with Earth and like the role that all of Earth has in all this story. So yeah, the lore of 2016 and then in Eternal was exceedingly great. The only weird thing is that they sure did make the lore a bit of a puzzle from 2016 into Eternal. You had to like kind of cross-reference some things in your mind. In DLC, they kind of just tell it all to you, which nice change of pace. But they just kind of straight up say it to you directly in words, which was I was expecting it to be a little more like poetic, but yeah, it's all right. I can live with it. Who plays Doom for the lore? I kind of do. There's some people who are kind of into it, but you're right. It's not. One of the things I love about Doom is you can give zero shits about the lore, and it's still a great experience. It enhances the experience if you want it. If you don't care, you just skip and you move on with your life. No forced cutscenes, and the game is still fun without knowing the meaning of any of this crap. Oh yeah, so this is...
You cannot stop the procession.
This heart thing, I don't think it's ever fully explained. The con maker...
We will not be able to control it! No!
So because you killed the Hell Priests, which were essentially conducting the invasion of Earth, then the con maker was like, fine, fuck it. I'll resurrect the Icon of Sin. Then Doomslayer busts in, blows up this heart, which severs their control over the icon, and now he's just a rampaging demon, or a titan, a specific kind of demon, who is a shredded minotaur, sacrificial bull kind of thing. Also, he's the son of the betrayer, or has the son of the betrayer's spirit. Oh yeah, that also allows... That's right, stabbing that thing opens up the Urdak dimension to anything outside of it. Because Urdak was also in a separated space. Like, heaven and hell existed in trans-dimensional, non-Euclidean space, basically. And somehow by stabbing that heart, he's now exposed Urdak to our reality. And then hell immediately starts creeping in, because that's what hell do. Isn't the heart the one piece of a human he had left? Potentially. Alright, I gotta work. That could be. That's a super... That interpretation works for me. I don't think that's ever explicitly said in the lore, though, because I remember trying to find out what was going on with that, and not a whole lot officially is said. Which, again, I really like about, Doom's lore, the way it works that way. Ah, there you are. Oh, something banging the heck out of me. Okay, it's the drones. What I'm supposed to be killing right now. I guess I'm expecting bigger waves of angry or shit. Oh, that's pretty angry. Damn it. Okay. There's another Revenant somewhere. Oh, that. It's also interesting now, they like, as you get to kind of the climax of the game's difficulty, they start giving you, they give you like in combat ammo resupplies that require precision hits. So it's like you can chainsaw, but it'll lock you in place for a while, or you can try to go for a skill shot and get it all instantly. Wow. I think I have the rune that extends that timer. Ah, fuck you. He was getting ready to jump. I think he's fighting somebody.
Our sin is no longer in the Khan Maker's control. The longer
Game a tad loud. I can turn it down.
the stronger he will grow. There is a portal.
I definitely made it loud.
We must reactivate the gate and get back to Earth.
Yeah. Sino, thank you for the update. If I die now, I do not die for real. This is a practice run. The little life counter in the upper left is a good way to tell, but you know, there's no way anyone would know coming and looking at that, so that's how you can tell. You are now armed with that information going forward. Did you mess with the audio from yesterday? I mean, yeah, I made it a bit louder. Is it bad? Is it blowing out? Because if it is, I'd said it's a bit loud. Okay, my bad. It's better? Okay. It's great now? Alright. Alright. I'm trying to be more on mic, too. Which, you know, there's always a trade-off there. You can be crisp and present and sound great. But if you raise your voice, it's going to blow some people's ears out. I even have a hard limiter on my mic. Ducking is on point? Okay. Yeah, the ducking is good, but it has to, like, everything has to land in just the right spot for the ducking to work well. This is a random question. Anyone here in the Discord server for Destiny 2 that Jacob promotes on a stream? Accident left, get back in. I am, but I don't know that I'm equipped to like, re-invite. Okay, that first fight is not really anything to be concerned about. I remember there being some humdingers in Urdak. Said that out loud. But mostly I remember them being like tricky. It's the sort of thing where it's like a cacodemon just floats on top of you. And that's how you get got. Oh, other good news. Today is nothing but good news. I'm so pleased to share these wonderful revelations with you. I think I figured out why my monitor was stuttering again. Ironically, because I had it in FPS mode. I think everybody will empathize with this to some degree, but I was like I thought the modes on my monitor were merely just like display settings of like mixtures of yellow balance and brightness and saturation and shit. So I was like, yeah, FPS mode is nice and bright. That sounds good. But I think it also had some other like frame rate refresh shit going on that was making it stuttery and weird. So I think I fixed it. Hey, what's up, Pop-Tart? Hello, Judette. Today is the day. I'm really excited. I'm really excited because while I love playing Doom Eternal, I love playing a lot of games, and I'm very excited to play other games. So that's right. Some well-deserved good news. It finally rattled around in my brain when I was like, oh, it was so good on the first day. And I was like, well, what was it on the first day now? Basically, everything was at default settings, so let's just recreate that environment. So I rolled back all my drivers and stuff. Oh, yeah, let's see if I remember where this thing is. I think it's over here to the left. There she is. All right. I think I remember dying in this fight, but that was long ago. I was but a boy. I return a doomed man. Prowler stuck somewhere? Oh. I think there's an archvile here? Hey. 2 misses in a row, huh? Sweet hairdo, thank you. I got the flip now. This is my it's my quarantine hair, man. Still haven't gotten it trimmed since March, I guess. It's pretty easy. I can buzz the sides, ironically with a I guess it's not that ironic, but with a NAD hair trimmer. I got a, what was it, Manscaped? Got like, that was one of the last things, like one of the last sponsorships at RT was got a Manscaped buzzer. So I've yet to use it on my balls, but it can grind down your hair pretty well if all you need to do is just like buzz it. So there's my endorsement. Hey. Really appreciate the tweets earlier about how important it is we unite as a country and forgive and forget. Oh, I don't remember saying that at all. Yeah, if that's what you appreciated, I encourage you to go back and reread those. No, I'm all for a national period of shaming and correction. I'm all for that. I'm all for people who made the last 4 years a shithole, experiencing a little bit of the, sounds a little bit like sarcasm. It's hard to tell over text. Oh, it's sarcasm, alright. I couldn't tell if this was a... So, here's the problem, Ace, and this is nothing against you, it's more on me right now. I've been dealing a lot with conservatives attempting to dunk, and it's so... Like, that's not your fault, because it's not in the tone you wrote it, but that would be a conservative coming in and being, like, smug and be like, oh, hey, your tone of reconciliation, really appreciated that. I'm like... That's kind of where my head's at, because I've been reading a lot of that lately. It's fucking infuriating, man. When people try to dunk on you, but they're too fucking stupid to do it well. It's just like, it's the, you know, the sad 20th century Fox flute goes through my head every time I'm reading it. I'm like, man, you guys can't even spell shit right. I'm just like, God, at least make me laugh. Like, I can laugh at myself, and I do it all the time, and I'm willing to do it, but you're so bad at the, I'm going out, like, obviously this is where my head's at, because, people have been real special on social media. I'm asking for it too, so I'm not complaining, man. I know that's how it goes. But again, you just wish if somebody were going to be shitty, they'd at least put some soul into it. It's just the same shit, man. The same tired memes. Did you know some people were still saying soy boy on the internet? I mean, it's funny, but it's also sad. That shit is so old. Like, how behind the times do you have to be, man? It's just depressing. It's just depressing. I'm like, if you're gonna step up to spar, don't throw such weak fucking hits, man. I'm wasting my time. Like, I want to count maybe 2 or 3. I'm like, okay, that was a good one. But that's it, man. Hundreds and hundreds of tweets. And they're all just the same, like, third grader insults. Oops. Anyway, we all got a lot to get off our chest. Yeah, some of them still use cuck. And it's just like sad misogyny. Just like, you sit down to pee. Oh, I guess you can't find your penis. And I'm just like, what? Really, bro? It really does remind me of being in 2nd grade and just being annoyed that somebody's like just going to the stupidest, dumbest, like, misogyny. How exciting. Dig in a little bit, man. Try a little harder. Is simp a word they use a lot? Not really, no. Simp seems to be mostly connected to people, like, there has to be a woman in the room for somebody to say simp. Yeah, yeah. It's tough, too, and I'm trying my hardest to not draw, like, massive cultural stereotypes, but man, it's tough, dude. There's people out in the streets singing and dancing, and I'm seeing, like, fucking crazy-ass drum circles. Other things like, we got all our trucks in one spot, and we honk the horns loud. It's like, bro, is this the extent of the vibrancy of your culture?
No.
Anyway, that's very much down the line of like, of me having very selective visibility on the topic.
System acquired.
But I'm in full vent mode right now, man.
Dimension now.
But sipping on that champagne. Conservatives online sound like a 14-year-old from Kentucky playing Modern Warfare 2 and just got cross-mapped by a noob too. It's true. I mean, the ones who have been on me, yes, it's exactly that vibe. They never got out of like 2002 with their insults, or their just like communication style in general. But you know, I'm sure there's some fucking some fiscally responsible people out there who can drop a mean dunk and like play the flute, or can do a head spin. You know, I'm sure. Coming from a small conservative Midwest town, yes, that is their culture. I mean, same where I grew up, man. We were kind of close enough to the South that there was a little bit more going on there. Like, at least I got to grow up around like Georgia Satellites, and some of the like mid to late 90s country western was okay. But I mean, even that was from a machine that wasn't genuinely from. I'm getting into territory I actually don't understand that well now, so I'll shut my mouth on that before I say something really stupid. Ooh, Ryzen, thanks for gifting a sub. Oh yeah, let me catch up on. Let me do my, Christian Twitch duties here. Noob Sapien, thanks for the sub. How's your mental health now? I follow you on Twitter. Genuinely worried at the rage you were displaying. I mean, I think I tend to come off a lot angrier than I am. I mean, I'll still gloves on, mouth guard in. I'll throw fists over politics. That sounds fun. Like bare knuckle on the street, that's another story. But I'll still do it, man. I think some people think that that's a lot more charged than it is. Again, grew up in Texas. I used to fucking meet dudes at a tennis court and we'd beat the shit out of each other for fun. So that shit doesn't bother me. I don't know. Maybe that's my cultural divide being a little different. Ryder, thank you for the prime. Tegze, thank you for the year. That's pretty cool. Everything's great today, man. Dathmiri Witch, good to see you again. Thank you for the sub. Nick, thank you for the gift. Border Ballant. Una, thank you for the subs. Almost there. God, I need a good solid loot emote under my belt. It's I love it too much. Harry's on, thank you. Stew Beef, thanks for the sub. And the Illmatic. Oh, thank you for the sub. And Ryzen, thank you for the gift. Can we hear the Mars core music in the background? Really? Oh yeah, it's getting a little more glitchy, huh? I didn't think about that. Somebody had said pay attention to the music. I was getting too distracted in my own goddamn social media venting, so I think I'm done. I apologize about that. I know that that's not necessarily what people are excited to hear right now. Okay, I gotta be a little more, like I haven't hit the crucible button much, so I gotta be a little more surgical when I go for it. Hitting multiple buttons at once, not a good sign. Chrono Strike is not up. Yeah! Oh, right. 3 rockets and a little nudge. Something big just jumped over me. Oh, maybe that's what it is. I gotta remember to look up. Oh shit. Really? Give me like that. I remember that fight being rough, but oh, we're not done yet, maybe. BFG? Oh yeah, no, the BFG is way better than the Unmaker. The only way I can see the Unmaker being better is when you have like split spawns. So if you take your 30 BFG cells and you use 15 Unmaker shots to like wipe 2 or 3 big demons from one wave, clean up your fodder, go to the next wave, and then take out 2 or 3 more. That's really the only way that the Unmaker is a little more cell efficient than the BFG. But you have to know you gotta know the like spawns, and you've gotta know what's coming up, and there's a lot about like, you've gotta memorize all this shit. Also, if you're doing like if you're doing a like, from a save kind of run, you're gonna get the Unmaker real late. And really by then, you kind of have those tools already, because that's also kind of what the Crucible is 1 or 2 big enemies that you want to take care of. Unmaker's far better than Doom 64. The Unmaker was in Doom 64? Holy shit. I never finished Doom 64. Apparently there's a VR mod for Doom 64 as well. Doom 3 and Doom 64, so... Okay, so... Yeah, you gotta go to both. It's like... God, this jump was so sick in the speed run at SG to Q. Power's gone out 5 times today. Ugh. Sorry to hear that. Seeing the cultist skin for the Slayer. No. Is it part of the turkey update? Thanksgiving? Yeah, okay, this one's this one could be a little spicy. Yeah. Shit. Try again. What the? Is there a teleporter there? Alright. You know what? Alright. Make it work. Whoop!
Look, some chewed up pretty bad, and I think my leg's broken. So you better go on without me. Get yourself out of here while you still can.
Got a tyrant? That sounds big. Shit. I want that cacodemon to get on me. Okay. Shit. Another cacodemon, I think. Yep. Okay, that's why this one's bad. This might be a good time for a BFG shot, but I'm gonna ride it out. I want to see what else is in here. If this is the end of the wave, maybe not, but Fuck. Ah! Oh, that's a whiplash. No. There's also still Crucible. There's 2 of them. All right. There we go. It's not too hard to do a little keep away. Yeah. Shit. Fuck. Weird. Could probably take this out a lot faster, but I'm just trying my best to, like, basically hang in the fight and really scope it out. I'm not just going for ultra nothing kills. I want to really see what's around here. Fuck! Okay. A lot of whiplashes, though. Good lord. Whew. Is Ballista better to get rid of the Cacos? Yes and no. Hit his shield when he's jumping. It'll one-shot him, but you still have to charge up the shot, and that's kind of the thing I didn't want to slow down to do. But you're right. If you sit there unmolested, you can just get off one shot and be done with it. But I was afraid to stop moving, basically. Do you have to? What's the point of doing this arena? Oops. I mean, I guess you get a Crucible token if you do it without using any resources. Just to get up here? That's it? Just for the points? Oh wait, there's a jump pad down here. Never mind. That's the point. Did the DLC increase your skill? Absolutely it did. Big time.
Now the demons may pass through the void as never before. You have brought her people and this holy place eternal damnation.
Who cares?
To bring the dawn icon here. Her hubris has shattered paradise.
See, and like he's really smug about like the makers engineering their own downfall. He seems to kind of get off on it. So I read some spite in there, which tells me that like that Sammer was either cast out at some point, or he believes he was done wrong or done dirty. Something in the mix there. Oof. I gotta use the restroom though. I'll be right back. See you guys in just a second. Alright, okay, so I just realized there's been one Crucible token and one BFG cell so far. And two fairly good candidates for BFG cells. Sorry, I cut my hand and I used liquid bandage, so I was just checking on the bandage. Either of those fights are pretty rough, and I can kind of see getting caught by either of them. So using BFG cell in either fight would definitely make them a little more or a little less volatile. I'm wondering if that's necessary. I guess we'll see what's in the rest of the level and figure it out. You know that this has the like. You gotta fight that maker at the end, or you gotta blood punch him a lot. I don't remember that one being that bad. There's plenty of opportunity to get health and armor during that fight, and not a whole lot of damage. Not a whole lot of damage spikes. Hey, what's up, Tommy from Rugrats? This is indeed celebration time. Hey, Viscera, it's good to see you. The Mass Effect Remaster is a graphic update. Are they gonna do anything with gameplay? I'm curious too. I haven't done any looking into it, but I'm curious. Ugh. Oh, fuck. Okay. This would be a good time for, there it is. No, maybe not. Stomp. That is a big boy. Fuck. Ugh. Getting overwhelming there. Back off for a little bit. Where'd Whiplash go? There's a fucking window there. Neat. This is interesting. The fucking Guardian thing is... drone is sitting next to everybody, kind of freezing me out of ammo. We're fine. There we go. Yeah, this is practice. This is practice, but I'm still feeling pretty confident about running this level in general. It's just, you know, it's some sticky fights, but I feel like I've got the tools to deal with non-gimmick fights and non-gimmick arenas. Feels like it's going okay. Just no Death Nightmare run? I mean, yeah, I'm trying not to die. Yeah, basically I'm just studying up so that I can switch back to my Ultra Nightmare save and do the level. Oh, is that the only... that's the only fight here? Okay. Watching you play makes me wish I had Doom Eternal. I mean, it's on Game Pass for Xbox, so you can play it on console if you want. I wonder if...
the dimensional gate to Earth is now open.
Since you can plug in a mouse, I wonder if you can play Doom Eternal on a Series X with a mouse. That'd be pretty sick. I guess games individually have to support it. I think Fortnite's the one I heard on. I've heard you can play with, but just another fight? Or have I already... is this an arena I've already been to? Aha! It is in fact an arena I've already been to. This level always reminded me of Metroid Prime 2's digital skyline map. Yeah. Prime 1 through 3 had some real good, like, creepy space energy behind it. Like creepy space ruins and creepy space technology shit. Oh yeah! The next con maker that they can't animate with life because the father got stolen. Now he's just sitting there swimming in his own soup. Oh, Omen, you got conservative friends scream and recount. So we all know why, right? Like they want to do a recount and actually fuck with the count. But historically, when recounts have been done, it only swings votes like a couple of hundred either way, and all of the margins are so much bigger than that. So it's like, anyway, I'm not gonna talk about it. I just don't think there's a lot of, like, there's nothing there. Yeah, right. I highly doubt they're going to redo gameplay for Mass 1. Seems like too much work. I could see them doing gameplay tweaks and stuff. Also, like, they've been quiet on the property since Andromeda. They kind of need to put something out. I think, like, on some level, BioWare's just got to make some... like, they have to make money. They have to make money. It wouldn't shock me if, like, Anthem went through, and it had 0 turnaround. And now EA's just like hand-tenting at BioWare, being like, you guys have to deliver money. And they've been sitting on remasters for a while. I know they've announced a new Mass Effect game is in the works. They announced it 2 years ago. And they recently did a check-in, and they had nothing to show. Nothing. They had like some concept art and like a wireframe, and then just tons of interviews. So it's like, ouch. If they're maybe I'm reading too much into it. I would presume that a package like that should show some glimpse that earnest work is happening on a new product. New Mass Effect underway with a veteran team. Was that announced today? Because there has been a new Mass Effect in the works for a long time. And there's still been nothing. Remember Dreadwolf Rises? What was that? I mean, that was probably a Dragon Age thing, maybe. I don't know. For me, on a meta level, I'm like, BioWare, you can't, like, BioWare's kind of Blizzard-y, and it's like, can you ship anything anymore? Did you lose the ability? What's going on there? And yeah, when you're...
The Godmaker is near. She cannot let you leave this place alive.
When you're already a mark or two down,
Or within her chest. Once removed, her defenses will be down.
and then it's same Blizzard playbook. We can't ship anymore, so let's crank out every remake we can to keep the numbers up. World of Warcraft Classic, War 3 Reforged, Brood War Remastered. So you're probably going to get a long marching string of remakes from BioWare right now, because they're easy sales, and you can outsource the development, man. Most remakes are just given to some other studio.
Our traditions.
Do you like where they went with Doom lore? I do. Yeah. I would have preferred it to be told a little more discreetly, but I still like it. And I like the environments you go to in the DLC a lot. I think they showed a lot. They could have teased it out way more than they did. So, oh, that's right, I have to shoot it. So, you know, I respect that. It's no like, it could have been like usually games that are a little implicit about their alright, this is like new boss and I'm getting distracted. Games that are implicit about their narrative, they usually don't give you anything. Usually, like, you gotta hunt and scrape, and then... So, there were mysteries set up, and those mysteries were definitively answered, and then replaced with new mysteries, because that's fun. So, I was super into it. Okay, so there's another BFG cell at the end. So I should use 2 shots if I come in with full BFG. If I don't use 2 shots, I'm wasting BFG. So yeah, I can use one at, because I don't need to use one on this boss fight. I can use one at both of the sticky arenas. The rage. Well, I guess there were 3 kind of. The rage totem one was a little rough too, but it was at least a lot bigger. I'm just doing some planning right now. So you don't need to do 3 for that last one. Lock-on rockets are very good. RSG, yep. They're the best weapon in the game, DPS-wise. Lock-on rockets as a tool is the only thing that makes me think Ultra Nightmare on controller might be possible. That didn't seem bad at all. And I'm sobering up. So... I think I'm just gonna flip over the save and try it. I'm also really excited to put this in the books. Put this in my gamer pocket.
You have broken the holy seal of Erdek. Your transgressions here will jeopardize all of creation.
I mean, she's right. but there's not a whole lot of creation left. Yeah, talkative gamer. Doom guy will let villains soliloquize, but he doesn't react much. So that was never subtitled Dark Lord before. It was always like question marks. That's neat! So that is definitively the Dark Lord freaking out, because he knows Doomslayer's coming for him at this point, I guess. Also, yeah, he had a good thing worked out with Urdak. That's awesome. I'm like, retcons can be a little eye-rolly, but when they go back and they don't change anything, they like kind of solidify in certain things. That's so neat. That's such a minor thing, but very cool. Because that was always the huge, like, to me, and that was the biggest mystery in Eternals. Who the fuck's talking right there? And I did speculate it was the Dark Lord, because there's really no one else. And there's lore in 2016 that talks about a Dark Lord. But they don't go very much into it. Beat Dark Souls 1 for the first time on this day of full catharsis, yay for democracy. Hell yeah, Doug here. I'm going to try to do the same. I'm going to try to wallop the shit out of Doom Eternal, finally. Who is the Dark Lord? Who is the Dark Lord? Is it what we see at the end of the DLC? Yes, that is the heavy implication. With this, sometimes they don't, if they don't literally tell you, there's a reason to believe it may not be the case, but it's a sweet suit. Where'd you get it? It's part of DLC. So it's the way Doom Eternal works is there's like collections of skins and icons and content. That is one of the collections in the DLC. It's part of a content pack. All right, this is it. This is the Ultra Nightmare run. If I die here, everyone dies. I'm taking the channel with me. Yeah, I'll just start over. But I don't wanna. It's exciting being this far.
Not quickly. The Khan Maker is nearby. We must stop her before she completes the ritual and gains full control over the icon of sin.
New Doom Hunter skins look fucking sick. Yeah? Okay. Oh, look at this. I can refill my crucible right up top. So let me see. Oh, I have empty BFG. Okay, that's interesting. Huh. I thought I left the last level with more than that. Maybe interesting. Well, okay, alright. I mean, I can beat the level without BFG. I kind of just proved that. So I'm not super worried about that, and I probably want full BFG going into Final Sin. Let's see how this shakes out. I got full Crucible though, so that's something. I can always panic Crucible if I remember and not hit the wrong button. Yeah, Werewolf, I swore I had full ammo. Maybe that's just a bug. There's some bugs in this game. Yeah, this is my PB, Vex. This is the second to last stage on Ultra Nightmare. Oh, you dig the purple and green on the ballista? Yeah, it's very definitely an Evangelion reference, and well, ain't that just my two favorite things? Side by side. I was like, I don't need the double dash. It's okay. Good start. Good start. Good start. Absolutely excellent start. Also, I gotta remember I gotta pick stuff up. Wait, do I? There's nothing left to pick up. Yeah, suit's all upgraded. I have every, like, stat upgrade. Runes all gotten. There's nothing left to pick up. You just shoot the demons and win the game. Yeah, because I'm sobering up. Not overcompensating anymore. Can pick this just in case. Hey, Pistastic. Good to see you again. Yeah, thank God this game doesn't have fall deaths like 2016. With the increased amount of, oh yeah, they greet Slayer as a Seraphim. That's another big old question mark. I guess it's because Samur put the power of the Seraphim into the Doomslayer. So it reads him as a Seraphim. That's the biggest speculation there, I think. The Divinity Machine.
You cannot stop the procession.
I'm gonna watch cutscenes again. We gotta study this lore. So yeah, that could be the heart of the Betrayer's son.
We will not be able to control it! No!
Which, yeah, I guess if they weave powerful earth magic on it, or space magic, then I guess it gives them the ability to control his essence, and now he's just a full demon. Who knows? Who knows? It's fun to think about, though. Why is today blessed? Because we get to loudly, defiantly, and openly say "fuck Trump." Feels good. And I'm further than I've ever been in Doom Eternal. I don't want to jinx it. Ancient Gods got you really prepared for this run? Yeah, it really did. Which I guess I have to wait until DLC 2 comes out to be able to beat DLC 1 on Ultra Nightmare. We'll see. There's a couple, like that room with all the pillars and all the AoE, and then the final fight. I'm just like... Yeah, you could do that before, you're right. Could have done it at any time. It just feels better now. All right, I gotta shut up. This one's for reals. Nothing but solid demon murder. That's what we're going for. Fuck. I really don't like that Mancubus. Dude. Ah. There.
The icon of sin is no longer in the card maker's control. The longer he is on Earth, the stronger.
I think the DLC would be more fun to complete on Ultra Nightmare. None of the tutorial stuff from the base game. That's true. You go right to a sprint. It's shorter, and yeah, you basically get to start at like level 6, or like kind of more like level this. But yeah, you're right. It's bigger arena fights right away. It's more action. I think it'll be more fun to play too. Cause yeah, there was completely that cycle in Eternal where I would finally get dash, I'd finally get some guns, and then I'd die. It's like, back to the boat. All right. A Jamaican Patty. Thanks for gifting 5 subs. Thank you very, very much. Okay. God, these tunnels just look so cool, man. And the way the color grading in Urdak is so different than any of the other regions you go to, and even within Urdak, it's like in this color range, but they still find a huge palette to explore. It's great. Oh my Godzilla, thank you for the Prime. Oh wait, Max Francis, you got one. What'd you get? Looks like Halo? Yeah, I can kind of see that. It's got that sort of geometric look. I mean, Halo looks like James Cameron's Aliens, so it's a fun interconnected web of inspirations and homages and all that stuff. Doom Guy not killing Big Demon Boy before waking him up gives off Goku Fight Me vibes. That might be part of it. It would be also pretty trivial for them to write in some rule where you have to like kill the physical incarnation of the demon to get rid of it or something, you know. It's wizards and stuff. You know those wizards, man. They're always going after it. Oh, fuck me. Fuck. Everything's fine. Nothing is fucked. Alright. Yeah, Doom Guy also has single digits IQ. Yeah, That's what I love about him is not only is the lore that he routinely gets duped by people with just the slightest understanding of his character and his MO, but it keeps happening. He gets tricked in the same way multiple times, but then he just like shoots through it, which kind of, you know, it's an intentional lean into his kind of character, that Terminator slow walk. But yeah, he's not a smart boy. Which is weird because in the DLC, theoretically, he's starting to express cunning and guile, which is very, very, very weird. His grand ruse with Samur and the father is kind of not very Doomslayer, but maybe he figured it out. Maybe he rubbed enough IQ points together to come up with some kind of plan and to identify that other people were using him, because good lord has he not expressed any like awareness of that in any of the games. Doom lore makes no sense. It makes enough sense. It makes enough sense to be fun. Alright, hold on a minute. I very much can't fuck up. Can't get caught here. There you go. Hello. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. What's on my ass? Huh. Cool. Try again. Fucking shit. Fucking Christ! Haha. 30 health. Is that another prowler? Sure is. Oh. Eat my ass. God damn. I don't remember there being one of those here. Fuck. Dodging behind corners. How many? What you running? Boy. Hey. Another one. Another one. Man. Oh. Freaking me out with that shit. Alright, well, I guess... Yeah, it seems like a waste to use Crucible tokens on a Doom Hunter. They're pretty easy to fold away. Oh, this isn't even the room where... What? You had to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was fairly clenchy. That was clench worthy. If you were clenching there, I forgive you. That was worth clenching for. Okay. Okay. Oh no, I didn't see the gentleman earlier. My bad. Unfortunately, yeah, some people may show up in Spice and monster around a little bit if I'm concentrating on not dying. I apologize in advance, but that means they've only got like 30 seconds to get in some shit talking before I give them the old boot. Or just a little timeout. I prefer that. I prefer a little timeout, actually. A little chance to think about what you've done. A little chance to reintroduce yourself into polite society. You guys handled it? That's kind of what worries me. I mean, not that I have any reason to distrust any of you guys, but you know, sometimes people, I like making it clear that certain behavior is not to be tolerated and leaving it at that. I think people in chat sometimes like to tussle it up a little bit, like to inflame and drag out conflict. It was polite. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm not saying anyone here does. I've just seen it happen before. Even people who are very good-natured and have the best ideas at heart can. You know, it's fun. It's fun to tussle up on the internet sometimes. Well, I don't hold it against anybody, but I do kind of see it as it's my job to de-escalate, and part of that is, you know, because it's you don't want to watch a stream where everybody just monstering each other and chat non-stop. It's fun for a couple minutes, but also imagine somebody rolls into a stream like that. That's not very welcoming. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from. Oops. Fuck. Oh, Christ. I want to go somewhere else. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Alright, everything's fine. What? What? This is not a test run. This is me playing Ultra Nightmare for real. If I die right now, I die. I die. And then I gotta start the game all the way over. So, I don't wanna. Measis, how's my day so far? I gotta admit, it's been great. It's been good. Had some champagne with Steph. Kinda feeling some weight dip off. Yeah, partying hard today for sure. I'm not leaning too hard into the partying really until I wrap up Doom Eternal, and then I'm gonna be slamming brews and cranking vapes and all sorts of shit. Good stuff.
Now insert Vega to activate the portal.
Yeah, good times, man. Mood is taking a turn for sure. Good shit. Good shit. Are you playing Rock Band right now, Bread Boy?
Setting a course for the Earth dimension now.
I can see now. Am I the father apprehended?
Yeah, Gingerbread Man. I know it's not over and stuff like that, but
The gate must be reactivated.
I get it. And I hope nobody takes their eyes off the ball kind of thing, but for now, for today, the mood can be light, and we can all just keep it to, you know, fuck Trump, yay for democracy, votes matter. The world is not completely lost to people that figured out how to manipulate Twitter and Facebook. Not yet. There's still a little bit of a fucking pushback, and that's nice to think about. Yeah. And there's, still plenty to go, Bread Boy. I agree. But let's, really, let's just keep it to the most, surface level, one-dimensional shit today. I'm not gonna try to get in here with some no politics business. I don't want to be there either. But let's keep it right on the surface of the water. Keep it happy, keep it simple. That's what I would recommend for chat today. I know that there's gonna be slips. We're all a little wound up. What? Yeah, it feels great. Let's not forget this is a tough game for a lot of people. We've been on the losing side too. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. They supported a party that did a lot of shit. I don't feel a fucking single thing. At best, they've been manipulated by propaganda. At worst, they actively support all the horrible shit that's been going down. Nah. Don't need any of that sympathy. Winning, supporting the right thing is one thing. Winning, supporting the wrong thing is another. Like, objectively wrong. Nah. So here's my one-dimensional shit. And this again, please try to keep it there, chat. Or you know, make it more generic. Make it about life circumstances when somebody's been an absolute dickwad and then expected to be treated civilly after the fact. Just keep it to like you don't owe people the time of day when they didn't have any of it for you. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. But you don't got to be taken advantage of, especially when they told you that's what they would do. Not necessary. That is not a moral act. That's just being an idiot. Ajax Unlimited. Thank you for the 5 subs. Also, like, if the goal is to make things better for everyone, you have to ask yourself, is that everyone's real goal? Some people, absolutely not. Objectively not. And no amount of being nice will change that. They just want to take. They want to take and they want to have. And you give those people an inch, they'll take a mile. Every time. That's not everybody. But when people demonstrate, that's the way they work. You gotta work with it. People earn respect. People are deserve the shadow of the doubt, but they earn respect. And once they've lost it, man, I'm just like... Yeah, we can't all be happy just for today. Yeah. Demons are dying. Your country's pretty weird, to be fair. I don't know if you're saying that to the United States, but it's absolutely true. That's weird. You enjoying the rain? Has it been raining? I saw it in the forecast. And I've been keeping a lookout. I'm enjoying how overcast it is. Here, I'm actually gonna make sure I don't miss anything here. Here. This may be a bad call. If it starts raining and I get really excited and distracted in the middle of an important thing, I really shouldn't have stood up in the middle of a non-paused Ultra Nightmare run. And I did. Look at this. I look even more ghoulish now. It's very blue outside. What kind of chair is that? It is a Doom chair. Whew. Do you believe in re-earning respect? I do. I believe there are a few people in this world that are beyond atoning for the things they've done. Very few. And I believe it's I would never, like, it's extreme circumstances where I would be okay with writing someone off for good. But yeah, it's got to be earned back in. If, and I that's kind of how I try to run the chat, 100%, is, somebody can be a turd, you know, a couple of times. I'll give them a couple of verbal warnings. And then it's always, actions have consequences. You do this again, this is what I'm going to do. And then if they do it, then they're out. And, you know, with the right attitude adjustment and willingness to abide by social norms, sure, you're welcome back in. But if there's no consequence, and if it's just like, well, okay, I wouldn't want anyone to be mad at me, so I guess I shouldn't be mad at you, then people don't fucking learn anything, man. You believe the Endeavor from MHA deserves forgiveness? I haven't. Wait. MHA. My Hero? I don't think I've gotten that far. But I'm very much looking forward to that show confronting forgiveness and grace. Because yeah, Deku's too perfect. He needs to be tested, you know? That's a fun part I love about really any like heroic story, is like when Superman is confronted with an evil he can't stop, and who doesn't intend on stopping, you know? The General Zod problem. So this is my least favorite level. Yeah? I like it, but it's tough. Okay, I gotta pay attention to this. Whoa! Oh, shit. I think this was the one where I thought about using a BFG cell. We'll see. Yeah, there's some bad shit that spawns here. Fuck. It never changes from... I keep hitting F, and then it just ignores the switch. Ah, hitboxes. What are you doing me dirty like that? Fuck. God, Doom guy! Okay. Got to see his little demon booty. I was so terrified he was just going to turn around and do a massive AoE. Just because I was scraping on the stairs. Man, what a bummer that would be. Another cyber. He's so large that I cannot hit the There you are. Yeah. Jesus. What do I suck on? Okay. Okay. Oh man, that double stun, that's real good. Woo. Okay. That's a spicy boy. That's a real spicy meatball. But that was one of the fights I was a little concerned about. The other one is on the other side of the arena, on the other side of the level, I think. Yeah. Alright. But that's like a bigger room and no rage totem? Why am I picking this up? Who cares? Treat people like animals, promote good behavior and impede poor behavior. Ghostly, that's a little, yeah. You can reason with people most of the time. But I do think to some degree, like, those are good rules for people you don't know, and you don't know where they're coming from or what their life experience is or what their beliefs are. But yeah, treat them well, and if they act up, make them aware of what behavior is not tolerated. If they continue to act up and you're like, well, maybe you shouldn't be here. Or maybe gotta find a way to change this behavior. And yes, two sides, there's fascist thinking here. Whatever, man. I'm so also like, I don't think false equivalences are gonna stop. That's just a way of life now. But man, it's gonna be good to not hear about that shit for a little bit. M Carp, thank you for the sub. Twitter's been on fire lately. You're my goddamn hero. Tweeting is easy. Froggy. I try to back up the things I say with action every time, even if I don't telegraph what the action is. I don't need people commenting on my actions. Boy, is it fun though. The goal is to let people, like, they should feel duress or they should feel unwelcome. And that's what I try to do. Just make sure you're not welcome. Like, this is going to be an aggravating place for you. I'm going to make it as annoying as I can.
For her will die.
Yeah, 2021, being normal, great. Have you seen Spitting Image? I can't say that I have, but I think other people have recommended it. I'm just happy my feed, or newsfeed won't be full of American politics anymore. And Seal, yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Like, the people who really want to dive in there and see what's going on, great. But hopefully people aren't making decisions that affect everyone's lives anymore. Not to say that people should get uninterested, but it'd be nice to have that option once in a while. Oh shit! Oh my god. These fucking ramps are killing me. They're gonna kill me. Okay. Huh. Thanks for that. I'm still getting hurt! Why was I getting hurt in the air? That's not how that works. You have to stand in it on the ground. I saw my life. There wasn't poison? That's not in that level. That's in the DLC. Did you get directly blasted? No. It was just AoE. If you're hit directly? I've never seen it work that way. You get away and you get in the air. Yeah, that's not how that's supposed to work. That was a bug. Fuck me. Alt F4 is loud? Nah, is it? I don't think so. We've all been on the losing end? Not the same. Not the same. Yeah, you look away for 1 second. That's all it takes.
Against
Well, that's it for today. Shit.
all that hell can conquer. All the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them. Only you.
When you're practicing, yeah.
Rip and tear.
Didn't. I wonder if that's a known bug. Let me see. I don't really see anything. Yeah. I really feel like it was a bug because I was in a glory kill animation, came out of it into Mancubus, a Mancubus dot, or like AoE. It's not a dot, it's an AoE. And I think I went right from that to jumping, so it never cleared me of not being on the ground. So it thought I was just standing in that shit the whole time. And maybe if I touched the ground again, but like, I was in the air, and I was swinging from a fucking bar. Yeah. I was just not even near where that was anymore. That's really frustrating. Yeah, there's a clip. Somebody posted it. Doom is a buggy game. Yeah, I get to enjoy the game again. That was always the goal. Man,
are you crazy?
So many levels to do. Thank you, Cyber Fisherman.
Bring it on.
Yeah, review the fucking footage. It seems like the AoE stuck to you. Sure did. Wubbly, thank you for gifting subs. Boy. Well, I guess I'll start drinking. That's a bright side, right? Always look on the bright side of life. I don't have the air control rune anymore. It's weird. It's weird. I got spoiled. More Doom. Always more Doom. I mean, we had the DLC now, so there was never any danger of running out, but...
Get behind me, ma'am.
Yeah. Possibly Irish. It's, air control seems needed for a lot of the, like, skips, but man, is it just good. Gamer McGee, thank you for the cheer. Battleroid, thanks for the resub. Sun Praise Me, thanks for the sub. MCark, good to see you again. Thank you for the sub. Yoshiko, thanks for the prime. Oh my Godzilla, thank you for the prime. Wolfman, thanks for the prime. Boston Technogashi, thank you for the sub and the cheer respectively. Real Ogre Hours, thanks for the 5 subs.
Try not to get eaten by a monster or anything.
Jacko, thank you very much. Wait, Needham, Lovely, thank you again for gifting. Some played Doom guy just ripped his head off. Yeah, or like squeezed it so hard he popped. I'm gonna guess that may have been just a little too much for the ESRB. But yeah, that is my understanding. Find out my problem with Doom Eternal. If I unplug the monitor and plug it back in, the game works properly. What the hell? That's some deep bullshit, man. I'm sorry you have to do that. Ryzen, thank you for the cheer. Dr. Salt Neo, thank you. Oh, right. I'm supposed to chainsaw. I'm so used to shooting everything. Yeah, he's gonna get me. I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back. God damn it. Oh boy. Okay. Against all of the evil. Oh yeah. The fuck? Some shit on the ground? What's that all about?
Against all the evil that hell can conjure.
There he is. I'm here.
All
I'm here.
wickedness that mankind.
Michael Gallardi, thank you for the sub. Ace102, thank you for the sub. I will try my best to continue being amazing. Clippy, thanks for the 4 subs.
Until it is
Sure did die again. Yup. So, you know, it was definitely some bullshit. It was a bug. It was an unintended, unearned death. But a death's a death. It was. Oh, it hurts. I was getting too used to the idea. But yeah. Thank you guys for all the cheers, by the way. I appreciate that. Trying to improve my mood. Tonight's the night. This game is long. If from right now I can run the game.
What part of the armed forces are you with?
Maybe. But odds are low, I think. Could be. Thank you very much for the cheer. Generosity with the subs and with the cheers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Ultra Nightmare. I don't need to scout the beginning of the game anymore. I'm not. There's a couple of things I'll probably want to remind myself of going into the rest of it, but like I'd want to do the gladiator fight on Nightmare one more time, just to make sure I remember all the little tricks. Harrison and Bod, not that concerning. Super Gore Nest, not that bad.
One less problem.
There's a couple of rough spots in Super Gore Nest. But... Fuck. Yeah, we all got a W today. That's what matters. Well, everybody worth getting a W got one today. Yeah, Oblong Melon, I'll try my best. I'll settle in. I'll see if I can get this shit done, but I'm not doing myself any favors by leaning into these hard seltzers, baby. It's so heartbreaking to see you lose like that. Carl, yeah. I don't feel great. But hey, it's more Doom. I did it once, I can do it again. That's kind of where my head goes. So, you know, just more Doom. I was excited to just kind of click over and start mainlining Witcher 3. You know, get ready for Cyberpunk. Which I still intend to do. If you're intolerant to the intolerant, does that make you intolerant of yourself, which also makes you intolerant? Yeah. It's a fun little logical loop that people gravitate towards. It's really not that hard to figure out, though. It does require a little bit of gray logic, but life is gray logic. I think what I see a lot of in this world, especially with like, man, I'm gonna just say words. I'm gonna say the words. Young white dudes, myself included. All right, so I'm not saying things that aren't also true about me, but there's this phase where you want so badly for morality in the world to be 100% logic. This is what, like, facts and logic is not just a whoopsie. The facts and logic crowd love it because it's a way for you to carve every situation to skew it in favor of yourself, but also prove to yourself that's not what you're doing. All you have to do is ignore the fuzzies and the like logical connections, and especially the empathy. You carve all that out of decision making. You make it about facts and logic. You pick the facts you want to see, present it in the way you want to see them, and then suddenly your position is unassailable. I'm still Republican, but no, enough is enough. I'm into that, man. I respect that a lot. Although, like, and people, like, this is a little too down the... Nah, we're not gonna worry about it. Not gonna worry about it. I was about to talk about more political shit. Don't need it. I'm more about talking about morality. Morality and what's right and wrong versus the landscape of teams and groups and people getting enough votes to do a thing. And, like, that shit's all important when it affects morality, but I'm gonna keep it in morality right now. That's a cool hoodie. Thank you. I like this hoodie a lot. I got this in New Orleans. I feel like I should have... Oh, there's the other fuel. I've kind of been taking a bit of a break from trying to look any kind of stylish. It's kind of harder to do in hot weather as well. But yeah. Just get more options when there's more clothing. Don't take the depth too deep. DLC made you improve so much. Yeah, Carl, I'm not. That's kind of why I'm not. I'm not flipping tables. I'm not throwing controllers. I'm not gamer raging. I would honestly be more upset if I messed up and died. So, I'm feeling okay. Bizarrely for me, a bug is a whole lot easier to swallow than me just playing poorly and messing up, because then I have to own it, you know? Yeah, 112 deaths and flipping tables. Yeah, 30, like... I feel like you could almost plot, like, Dunning-Kruger on a bell curve to how you react to losing in competition. It sucks the first 100 times, but after that, it's just... Man, another day, another L. I can't be fuzzy, though. Can't be goofing, can't be styling. Right. Ugh! That's where you went. I'm looking around. Did I pick up the armor? I did, right? Yeah, see, I've already lost it all. I'm playing stupid. Playing on PC, yes. Yes, I am. Ooh. Have a controller to throw every time just a throwable. Spiral it across the room. I did that to an old DualShock. It became my abuse controller. Because I also didn't like that controller. Pretty sure I picked up this. Oh yeah, I did. Is that one of the free beers? No, it is not. No, it is a tropical seltzer. I'm drinking a Kona Spiked Island Seltzer. Passion orange fruit guava flavor, which the astute among you will know exactly what acronym that means. There you are. Gonna bounce for a bit. All right. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you have a great day. Lemonade seltzers are the best. Oh, I don't think I've tried those yet, but I can see that being really refreshing. It's like with a spiked seltzer, it's like what kind of flavor, if it's diluted to like homeopathic levels, still can be tasted, and that's kind of it. Yeah, Loof, I'm not a big fan of the position or the joysticks on the DualShock either. I really find the Xbox controller, like in terms of like AAA controllers, I find that more comfortable. Strangely, lately I've been on a kick of just playing with disconnected Joy-Con. Actually feels super comfy to just have your arms in whatever configuration you want and still hit all the buttons you need. I remember feeling that actually back with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. And I think I've talked about this before, so I apologize if this is me repeating myself, but whatever, man. Those seltzers are working their magic. Yeah, shockingly comfy. I remember playing a lot of Xenoblade that way. Just chilling on the couch in like max recline. I had a little wire draping across my tummy, but Ugh, come on. Yeah, you started with the DualShock 1, so that feels normal. That makes sense. I mean, I put a lot of time into the DualShock 1. Ooh. In with the Kobe, goddamn. Who the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck? Here. You gonna jump up? Where are you? Started with an N64 controller, so nothing makes sense. Yeah. Put a lot of time in the N64 controller as well. That is also a little awkward. Just also back then, man, the actual machinery of an analog stick was a little shittier, or a lot shittier. Gonna Four Loko tonight? Let's get fucking weird. Hell yeah, dude. They got Four Loko seltzers now too. If you're feeling something, that's a design choice, certainly. Oh, the N64 controller? It was something, man. Yeah. I mean, they had to get people used to the idea of an analog stick. Oh, the Sega Mega Drive? D-pad and the 3 buttons? Or was Mega Drive, did they go, well, I guess they had some 6-button game pads, but... Had some Dragon's Milk shit bombs fuck. What is that? I've heard of that before.
The UAC would like to thank
Yeah, Turok on N64 was fucking weird. I mean, GoldenEye was weird.
continues to inspire us.
Move or aim. Need a new Turok. They made one in 2006, I want to say 2008. There was like an Xbox 360 PS3 Turok reboot. And that's all it was. And I always wanted to play it. One of those games has been on my GameFly queue for like, well, at this point, over a decade. I don't think I even have a GameFly account anymore. What was the actual logic for the N64 controller design? They wanted to make it so when you gripped it on the outsides, it would just be a normal controller. Like the D-pad and the buttons and stuff like that. And then the middle was the C-sticks, or the analog sticks. So they didn't know that, like, developers would be able to make games with an analog stick right away. If you think about it, it's like, it's a new thing. So I think they wanted to make sure that at minimum, the basic verb of like gripping a controller from the sides and having a D-pad and buttons, like that was still there. And I also, part of me feels like, yeah, part of me feels like maybe it was a hardware issue of like, they needed space. They couldn't have the analog stick right next to the D-pad for whatever reason. I wonder about that. Oh yeah, the GoldenEye remake. Rogue Agent. It's basically GoldenEye, but reimagined as a what's his name? Daniel Craig Bond movie. Really cool idea, by the way. Something I wish like would happen more. It'd be super neat. Bond dies in Rogue Agent? What? That seems like something that like the Bond estate would never approve of, or everything, or Eon wouldn't agree to that.
Forget about the future.
Ah, holy shit. Fuck off. Those imps could have gotten me if they wanted to. Christ almighty. GoldenEye Reloaded is an actual GoldenEye remake. Oh, my bad, okay. I did not know that. But stands to reason that there would be a, you know, fan remake of GoldenEye. Oh. Yeah, Hati, Acclaim had a number of very intense marketing stunts right before they totally died. It wasn't a fan remake. Wait a minute, what? Okay, hold on. What did I just completely misread? GoldenEye Reloaded is an actual GoldenEye remake. Okay, my bad. My bad. I don't know why I inserted that word in there. Hey, when did they release that? '26 or 2010? Oh. From Activision? Was it on console? No more enemies. Damn it. Rogue Agent was 5th gen. Reloaded was 6th gen. Huh. Okay. Interesting. They turned it into a COD game? Really? Reloaded was on Wii. I feel like oh man. I feel like I barely remember that. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, there was a pretty wild run of Bond games, huh? On like Gen 6, Gen 7. Crazy time, man. All right, sure. We don't mantle. We don't do that. Fuck. Man, eat my ass.
The Khan Maker is nearby. She is inside.
Hold on a second. We got links. We got links on links on links here. Sorry to flashbang everybody with here. Let me. That'll help a little bit. This isn't the one with yeah, this is the one for where they replaced Daniel Craig, but kind of had the same narrative. So there's that, but then there's GoldenEye Reloaded. Or is that, are we talking about this? Is that the same thing? Okay, that is GoldenEye Reloaded. And then, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, because Rogue Agent was it just used the GoldenEye branding, but didn't actually, like, had nothing to do with the movie, and didn't even have a cinematic bond. And it was just like, they were just putting, like, this isn't even 007, it's just called GoldenEye. Oh, I guess now they have X-MI6. It's so weird. Like, I feel like they were trying to split the branding by making GoldenEye its own, like, video game version of James Bond. I never played this one, and I was always kind of really, I mean, that cover screams like mid-2000s. I always like desperate cash-in games from bygone eras, and that's kind of what this might feel like, because it's riding on multiple properties that it's not really paying service to either. It's great. I remember Nightfire being real good. That was Gearbox, right? That made Nightfire.
The gathering of Hell Priests is located just above your location. My scans indicate there is
There's a sick gun and Rogue Agent that can shoot through walls, though. I guess with that they're kind of paying homage to Perfect Dark, and like Perfect Dark via Rareware somehow in there. Everything or Nothing is my favorite 007 game. That one's really good. That's the one with like tons of mini games, right? Like there's driving and like there's every level has its own kind of like weird little gameplay thing going on. Whether you're running and shooting or like rappelling down a building, and yeah, it was really neat. I like that one. That was like a big dumb movie game, you know. Haven't been a whole lot of those. I'm gonna Cares about my Virtua Fighter argument. I did remember seeing you reference Virtua Fighter, but I don't even remember what you were saying.
I've completed the
My bad.
redesign of your equipment launcher. The flame belch is now ready for your approval.
Ah, this window of the game where you have to get the flame belch. What's up, Gabakuras? I should play all the Bond games and stream one day. I've thought about it. I really like doing little like projects like that. That's fun to sort of to tromp through the ages and see what interesting lessons you get by kind of narrowing your vision down to that sort of thing. But I think to some degree you're gonna have to really draw the line somewhere. Does that include like, I don't know if there's like Atari 2600 or Commodore 64 shit, mobile, like mobile games? There's probably an ass ton of just trash. Just yeah. But then, yeah, there's stuff like the Game Boy game that was just called, I think, 007 James Bond. It was kind of like a Zelda game. I remember that game being legit as hell. GoldenEye, obviously. Quantum of Solace was pretty good, the game on that. That was Bizarre Creations made that one, right? Or was it Bloodstone? Something like that. Oh, From Russia with Love. Yeah, there was that... Oh, God. It was kind of in the window of like The Godfather and some other video, and Scarface, and like video games that were getting pretty good modern, or movie that were getting pretty good modern interpretations. They made a like Sean Connery James Bond game. I guess it was based on From Russia with Love, but I don't know if it's if it follows the movie plot. The movie plot of From Russia with Love's kind of dumb. It's like, it's the second Bond film, right? And all I remember about it is that James Bond basically does nothing right the entire movie, and he still wins. Like, he gets tricked every time, he gets trapped every time, everyone beats him in every fight, and he still wins. He's not even smart about anything. So, it was pretty good for setting up James Bond as like a series and a character, because it's like, okay, this guy's never gonna take a hit, ever. It had a jetpack? I think that was Goldfinger. Which was the third Bond film, and the one where it kind of like became what Bond like Dr. No got most of it, but Goldfinger kind of really set the camp. You guys aren't getting into it on you guys aren't getting into it about politics, are you? Yeah. Dr. No was one, Goldfinger was two. Goldfinger was two? I thought From Russia with Love was two. And then Goldfinger. You sure about that? Jetpack was Thunderball. Oh boy. Could have sworn From Russia with Love was the second one, but could be wrong. Fuck the guy who's directing the Monster Hunter movie. What do you mean? We love Paul W.S. Anderson in this chat. I'm gonna have to ban someone in a second here. The WS stands for waste of space. Oh, jeez. Ouch. You're gonna say that about Paul, I directed Event Horizon Anderson? Come on. Don't even joke about that shit, director. What? Wait, whoa, where's this coming from? Why is everybody mad at Paul W.S. Anderson now? I'm gonna play Last of Us 2 on PS5? I'm joking. It is in fact a joke. Play Last of Us 2? Ha! Oh yeah, Marzard. I've fully expressed my frustration with that too. It's a tough line to walk today. So again, I'll just say like, keep it first level, keep it one-dimensional. Don't bait people. Don't take people's bait. Just be smug, be happy, enjoy it, savor it. We can keep it there. He's responsible for garbage? Okay. I didn't know if this was like some personal stuff or you're just really mad about the movies he's made. Which, whatever, you can be mad about whatever you want. I think being mad is cathartic sometimes. I support it. But those global box office returns are gonna keep him behind a camera for a while. And for Monster Hunter, I think that's like, it makes sense why he's the pick. Or at least I think so. Especially with Capcom. Been killing it in Apex. Need to come in here and remind everybody, fuck Donald Trump. I appreciate that. I appreciate your Apex victories and also the grand fucking of Donald Trump. He's too successful for Capcom? What do you mean? He's doing a Monster Hunter movie right now. Right now. Like right now. That's Capcom. Maybe somebody at Capcom really likes Paul. I mean, he's delivered profitable movies based on their franchises. They don't gotta like ask him to marry their sister. I guess he marries his lead actresses, but he's got a track record of delivering. Can't sneeze at that. Fuck. No, let me up, let me up. Yeah, Paul Moore, I guess that's a good point. He made an honest woman out of his lead. Although Mila Jovovich kind of has a thing where she marries her directors too. Because she was married to Luc Besson for a stretch there too, right? I don't know. It makes sense, right? You meet people in the workspace, you have chemistry, you really pop together. That makes sense. People that, you know, are on a romantic movie together, you know, some of that stuff still lingers. They get married after it. They're like, oh. Yeah, you met your wife work? Oh. Just because it's movies, it doesn't make it not a job, doesn't make it not work. It makes sense to me, but... So, yeah, oh, the rich. What are the rich doing? Oh, guys, do you guys remember celebrity gossip? Jesus Christ. Remember that being the thing people would talk about instead of how terrible everything is all the time? What the... Brad and Angela, yeah. That reminds me, I gotta finally watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I bet that's a great movie. Also, I'm just gonna put it out there in general. Angelina Jolie has incredible chemistry with whoever she works with. She actually made me like, I don't know. Yes, I'm about to talk about hackers again. I don't know how anyone. I guess he was pretty good in Trainspotting, but man. She made that shit work. Damn, she's good. Drinking some moonshine? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Grizzly. I'm on the seltzers now, but I may graduate in a little bit. Always comes back to hackers and Trainspotting. Yeah, that's just it's not my fault. That's the nexus of all culture. Not my fault. I did make hackers the millennial magnum opus of all the human race, the sum total of every creative work of art and music and poetry. Frozen Slayer, thank you for the Prime sub. Yeah, Watch Dogs new. I think I have some thank yous to catch up on. Alien Sven, thank you for the cheer. Sun Praise Me, thank you for the cheer. There's a Splitting, thanks for the gift. Blue Soundwave, thank you for the Prime. Oh, Restrict, I have not played Ghost Runner yet. I was hoping to put this game down because to me Ghost Runner is kind of similar. You know, the stakes are a little higher in Ghost Runner, but it's dashing around, it's dodging attacks, it's learning patterns and stuff. So I'm excited. Koi Seer, thank you for the Prime, or thank you for the sub. I hope I said that right. Let me know if I didn't. But Metalhead, thank you for gifting a couple of subs there. Appreciate it. This dude who grew up in a sub 20k pop Midwestern town. Hackers was a glimpse into the world that was waiting for me once I escaped the horrible clutches of the non-leet. Toe Cutter, I get that 100%. It would have absolutely been that for me if I had access to it when it came out. But, like, it wasn't in the video store, and I didn't know it existed, nor did any of my friends. So, yeah, my town was the smallness sort where certain media just didn't arrive, or I just wasn't aware that it was around. So I actually watched Hackers for the first time like a couple years ago. Are the blue glowy boys actual ghosts, or are they holograms? They're actual ghosts. They are reacting to events as they happen. That is the heavy implication. They are living in the life spirit force flow somewhere, and they can still sort of observe and comment on shit. Force ghost, basically. Ooh, it's like I flew right into his ass. Yeah, Hackers is great. Also, just like really legit soundtrack. I mean, it's hyper 90s by any reckoning from today, but still really solid tunes. It's like Back to Front is the exact kind of music I was listening to at the time, but kind of like the Matrix soundtrack in that regard. It's like just, man, bangers front to back, but are all hyper tuned to this exact window in music. I'm trying to think. I gotta go do this. Was Hackers the movie where they have PCs set up on spinning platforms? That sounds like something in that movie. I don't know about that specifically, but I mean, there's like, dude goes to an arcade and somehow plays Wipeout on this like giant stand-up ring thing that has joysticks on either side, and this like weird competitive, I don't know. It is also kind of like the ultimate visitation of like nerd dudes and the nerd dude fantasy. He basically like made Angelina Jolie respect him by being better at hacking and video gaming, and like he only at the end of the movie acknowledged that she was good at anything, and this somehow endeared her to him.
The Sentinel battery can
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
additional power to your ship. Several modules remain unused. Finding more batteries will enable you to utilize the full function.
Oh yeah, I died to a bug, and that's not me being salty. It was straight up a pretty raunchy bug that took me out, but it took me out in a fairly believable way, so I decided to run with it. I didn't want to. Winning that way would have felt half true. You know? It's coming from somebody who was gleefully using the BFG exploit to beat 2016. We probably stream Ace Combat Series or Ace Combat 7 on Series X. Sure, why not? That kind of hinges on a couple other things. I got a couple other things coming up that I'm gonna be putting a lot of time into, but I would love to do that. Ace Combat is like 30 hours, I think, is the consensus. Oops. That's twice, damn. Took you about 10? Okay, I was about to say, that feels more like an Ace Combat game. Yeah, that could be done in a couple of settings. Oh! I got to skip most of it. Hey. Ace Combat's one of your favorite series? Oh, good. I actually I may lean on you for some explanation of the series then. I want to say I've finished 2 of them. I'm really fuzzy on the memories.
The mech and clear a path forward.
So it'd be great to have people around to kind of explain to me if things are canonically important, or they connect to other things, or what the significance of certain callbacks are, if they exist. Yeah. Anyone enjoying Twitter as much as me today? Yeah. What was I saw the term and I liked it. It's now doom scrolling has been replaced with glee-freshing. You're glee-freshing your feed. You know? Yeah, Ace Combat is just big-ass anime. And that's delightful, because it really doesn't seem that way, but boy is it ever. Need more Japanese game series, which is like very serious gameplay and then assloads of anime. I love those horns, man. I am really excited to get to know the rest of the soundtrack as much as the first 3 levels, though. It's a mech anime with modern day aircraft. Holy shit, Malcolm, you're exactly right. I've never heard it expressed that way, but that's exactly what it is. Damn, well said. Yeah, it's just like Gundam, except instead of bipedal robots, it's F-16s, F-22s, and like it even kind of dabbles in the fucking weird ass Gundam shit where there's like 30 meter wide planes. Actually, I guess that's not very far, but not very wide for a plane. But like, I just remember fighting these like big ass hyper experimental bombers that had all this fucking techno shit. Oh, is there? So split screen is, I guess, is an acceptance speech going on. Talking about Macross, may as well. Oh, he's jogging. Wait, what? I feel like I should watch this for the sake of history. I'm gonna go watch this for a little bit. I'll be back in just a second, guys.
Yes,
Right.
we've been
Right.
hit several times.
Moment in history has come and gone. Oh, how wonderful it is to hear someone not fucking try to pick fights with every single word that tumbles out of their mouth. It's the difference between escalation and de-escalation, man. This shit is real. All right. Okay. All right. Doom. Yes, I'm back on this. I got another seltzer. Things are going great. Want to fight? I'm drunk. Come at me, Ace. I understand that 100%, dude. I would honestly still like to trade some blows with somebody right now too. That's such a rough feeling, man, when you're feeling it and there's just no one around. This is when you get videos of somebody like elbow dropping a table from their roof. They just get so amped up, like, fuck it, like chucking a beer. That's give him one of the people's elbows. I don't know. Is the people's elbow an elbow drop? I have no clue. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's play some Doom. Oh. I gotta chainsaw something. Speaking of like, so I was talking about how I kind of came upon hackers late. Same with pro wrestling, man. I would have been into that shit if it like, I just feel like it didn't broadcast in my area at all. It wasn't on any of my affiliates. We had Andy Griffith and like Mama's Family. So I'm gonna guess like the affiliates. It's weird because I don't think we got some DFW channels, and you'd think that DFW Metroplex would have been big enough for that kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. Try to take a guess. Barney 5 played the SmackDown? I mean, I'm gonna be real, like, I actually kind of liked Andy Griffith. Because at least it wasn't quite as meaninglessly Pollyanna as Leave It to Beaver or something like that. Occasionally, like, there was some issue on that show that had some amount of, like, merit or weight. It's a good show. I don't know. It's just so thoroughly... It's so thoroughly tied to a particular... It doesn't quite have an agenda, but it feels like it does sometimes. It's being like, no, good old folks to shores and old folks to towns, everything's fine. Yeah, Marzard, maybe that's just where my head's at. It's just so unrelentingly white. And I would never go so far as to associate whiteness with badness. That's a broad brush to start painting with. But in retrospect, nothing bad about that show. It is at its core almost like Star Trek, light, like super diet Star Trek. There's an episode of Andy Griffith where an ex-con Andy arrested comes back to town and actually thanks him for helping him get back on the straight and narrow, and the convict doesn't turn out to still be terrible. Yeah, I remember there being some episodes where I'm like, that was a surprisingly nuanced take for the 50s. There was some beats like that. I don't consider my time spent watching Andy Griffith as wasted as it was watching the Beverly Hillbillies or something like that. Just trash TV. We didn't even get like the good sitcoms either. We got I Love Lucy, which thank God for that. But didn't get like Mary Tyler Moore, didn't get Dick Van Dyke. Like it just wasn't on the TV where I grew up. It's a bummer. I think I would have loved that stuff. I love Andy Griffith. I am old. It's okay to be old. It's okay to be old. Ain't a bad thing. Even in the 90s, if someone was a convict, they were always going to be bad. That's a really good point. Energy Split. I never really thought about that. Stories of redemption are different than like stories of somebody never doing something wrong in the first place. Grew up with my mom watching a lot of Perry Mason. Dude, I always caught like the last 5 minutes of Perry Mason because it was the show that came on before Star Trek. So I would tune in for Next Generation and always catch like Perry Mason just serenely but sternly walking around the court and just like dropping some truth bombs. And I was like, all right, I dig this. Which was weird because when they had that reboot on HBO, I was like, wait, like the lawyer, Perry Mason? And then started watching it and he's not a lawyer yet. And I'm like, why is this called Perry Mason? And then it kind of all comes together. It was so fucking cool. I loved that show. It was brutal though. I never watched Get Smart. Man, I would have loved that show. Rah. It's frustrating to think about all the things you much like the movie Hackers. It's frustrating to think about all the things in life you would have loved if you and like the time you wasted not loving them in a weird way. I'm watching X-Files right now. Man. I fell out of X-Files before it got on its like conspiracy like kind of series-wide narrative sort of thing. But like didn't have a lot of the like mid-90s comedy either, or like really any comedy at all. It was just bad sitcoms. So I wonder sometimes when it comes to how I interact with comedy, like to me I always liked in terms of comedies and sitcoms, PBS's like Britcom block was always the best. A lot of Are You Being Served, and especially Faulty Towers, but like all the other influences everyone else seems to have that are my age, I just feel very kind of out of touch because my comedy sensibility wasn't really shaped by that. Come back from watching the speech and we're still on Hackers. Man, it's always about hackers. It's always about hackers. Sign of a good work of art is when it consumes more of your life than it took to watch, and the Hackers will be with me forever. We will be debating the meaning of Hackers for years to come. Socially prophetic. Dang it. Red Dwarf? Red Dwarf started showing on my PBS affiliate way later and at a really bad time slot. So it would show like at like 1 p.m. on a Sunday, which I guess is actually not that bad, but I was working by then, so I just wasn't home during the weekends a lot of the time, during the day. I remember catching an episode or two of Red Dwarf here and there and not quite understanding what the vibe was, because it seemed to be like half the time I'd watch it and it would be kind of like direct storytelling, like here's a weird but kind of weirdly paced story, and then it would just be some like rejoinders, some like chuckle-worthy dialogue, and I'm like, and you know, when you tune in to a random episode, you have no idea why a dude has a big old H on his forehead, and there's a lot of jokes I think that require understanding that just dropping into a random episode doesn't give you. If you ever watch Black Books, it's been recommended to me, but no, I haven't. Ooh, or just played. It's funny you brought up Red Green. So of all the like possible Canadian comedy, SCTV is I guess the big one. Yes, my PBS affiliate had Red Green for some reason, and it had like a weekly time slot, and it was about a year there where it was the funniest show that I had access to, and I loved it. I'm actually gonna throw out like Canadian comedy in general fucking slays. It's really good. Letterkenny is so good, and a lot of amazing. Kids in the Hall was also Canadian, yeah. I didn't have the chance to watch Kids in the Hall because that was on Comedy Central, and I think The State was also Canadian. I could be wrong. Actually, now that I'm really thinking about it, I'm not sure where I got that notion from. Yeah, Trailer Park Boys is also very good. They put all the episodes on YouTube? No, dude. Been binging Handyman Corner. Oh my god, I remember so many of them. I like the one where he makes an air hockey table by like taking a pickaxe to the top of a dryer. That shit is funny as hell. God, I gotta check that out. I don't know if Steph has ever watched that. Freaks and Geeks was also Canadian. I mean, that's like the Paul Rudd like center of talent and amazingness. Miss T3K is Minnesotan, so that's almost Canadian. You know what? I'll agree with that. I don't know much about Minnesota, but I like imagining that it's just a bunch of humble, hardworking folk that are very polite. Freaks and Geeks was not Canadian. Oh, never mind. I'm just paired. I'm just chat. You write it. I'll say it out loud. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Can't get into Leonard Kinney. I don't blame you, Sino. It reminds me. I don't know if this is where you're coming from, but some very culturally niche humor. It's like it either hits you or it doesn't. It took me moving out of Texas to understand why King of the Hill was funny. I have a very vivid memory of I was talking to a member of my Jedi Knight 2 clan, was living in Canada, and this was shortly after King of the Hill had launched, and I watched the pilot and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't get it. I don't, where are the jokes? And I was talking to somebody like, oh my god, that show is so funny, and I'm like, it was never trying to be funny. It was just the story of an average Texas man's day. I remember the pilot really was just like Hank complaining at a grocery store about something, and I'm like, yeah, this is everything I see. I don't understand how Mike Judge can so perfectly nail so many disparate cultures. Just like being a cubicle biscuit in Office Space. His amazing satire of America in general with Idiocracy. His satire of New Tech with Silicon Valley, and just his satire of small Texas living in King of the Hill. It's fucking outrageous how good he is at like absorbing the soul of a place. Hey, what's up, Nomad? Just got off work. Hey, nice. Welcome. It's going pretty well. Kids in the Hall has the tallest from Zader Zim, Kevin McDonald, and Dave Foley. It was so good. Also, News Radio is really good. Sad NBC didn't air it because they chose Friends over News Radio. I remember catching News Radio late at night quite a bit. I like News Radio. Had a pretty good cast. Dave Foley's always a delight. Oh, speaking of, in my Disney Watch Fest, Steph and I watched A Bug's Life again last night. Interesting movie. Pretty soft pitch after Toy Story, but you know, Dave Foley's there. We all gotta respect how amazing Cotton Hill was. Yeah, Cotton. First of all, his name was Cotton. And that's just something that, like, yeah, those dudes are always named Cotton. But just a living hyperbole of having his shins blown off in Nam, and just mad and pissed off, and just almost makes things shitty for fun. But he's got to be around because he's just got to be around. You endure a man like that. You don't relish their presence. Some of the bits that were written by Kids in the Hall cast that got picked up by SNL are amazing. Oh man, my shins. God, he gave so much for his country. Half my genes are redneck, so King of the Hill is extra nice for me. It's such a weird slice of redneck, though. And, like, of Texas, too. Right down to the singular family that lives in the city that's from as far away as you can possibly imagine. There's always one. Like, Luann Platter. God, it's also... Man, rip Brittany Murphy, though. What an amazing character. That's it. I'm taking this armor. It's mine now. I don't think you've ever seen any King of the Hill. It kind of sets itself up as like Redneck Simpsons, which it's not even really redneck. Like, I don't mean to subdivide the microcultures of the American Texas and American South a little overmuch, but redneck is more like shirt off in a race truck trying to drive up a very steep hill while shotgunning a beer. Whereas King of the Hill is like just suburban family in very small Texas town. So flavors there, and there's some overlap, but it actually develops a pretty amazing narrative with its characters. It kind of also does that Simpsons thing where a character might be a character can be simple and have depth at the same time, and you'd be surprised how it makes you empathize. Just describe my high school friends. It's a great way to live, man. It's a great way to live.
There are motion sensors and artillery.
Gave you an appreciation for propane and propane-associated products. Means a humble man has meant a lot to you. I just realized the Doomslayer himself does not cast a shadow on his own guns. He's a vampire. They're rednecks in King of the Hill, but it's not totally about them. Yeah. They're there. Her King of the Hill described as Texas anime. Yeah, it is slice of life Texas anime. You're right about that. Actually, yeah, King of the Hill is a very slice of life show. Even down to like the moments of bizarre and shocking sincerity and the weird warmth you feel towards characters that shockingly have become real over time. Yeah. Met a guy with Boomhauer's Panhandle South Mississippi accent, and hot damn, was I not laughing hard? Yes, the Boomhauers of the world are real. Pre-Boomhauer, you'd never expect somebody talks like that, but... I lived around a couple.
Point has been identified.
Actually,
I will mark its location on your HUD.
Our interactions were slight, but they were wonderful. There was a... God. My first job... Yeah, this was my first job ever. It was like 13, maybe 12. There was this dude who ran a guitar store. He like owned and operated a guitar store on, no joke, Main Street in Azle, Texas. He wore a cowboy hat at all times. He had an incredible accent. I remember noting that even when I had a strong accent growing up there. His accent was still incredible. And funny as hell. Like just sharp deadpan, that dry humor where he'll like say a thing that's so incredibly clever and he'll say it like just straight to you where you're not sure if it's a joke. And you got a double take. Like that was him. Oh. He would get botched. He would get botched electronic pickup conversions, basically, and people that just did not know how to do electric work. And he'd just give me the busted guitar and say, "Hey, if you can fix this, I'll like pay you $10 or whatever." And I, with a soldering kit and some basic tools and a solder sucker, would go about trying to fix it. Because electric pickups are actually pretty easy to wire, especially if you have any kind of documentation. Sometimes it was just experimentation, but again, an electric pickup is not that complicated of a thing. So, he's the kind of guy that I think about a lot. That dude. I wonder where he's at. He was a great guy. Alright, let's just go for it. Do not back into portals. Okay. I think I'm good. Where's that rocket trying to go? Look at that. There you are. Not every Texan talks like some kind of cowboy stereotype either. Oh yeah, 100% true. Texas is very big. There are many different kinds of Texas. Yeah, exactly, split screen. There's like, to me, like West Texas is the sheriff from Kill Bill. Like aviators chewing on a toothpick. Just kind of like calmly taking the world in and sizing it up all the time. That's that kind of stereotype. There is the like, to me in a weird way, the like I think of like the 10-gallon hat, oil money, car dealership owning Texan. That's actually shockingly a little more rural, or sorry, urban of an image. Like Agent K from Men in Black? Yeah. And Tommy Lee Jones is a Texas man, as I understand. There's something about old, taciturn Texas men, where they might be the hardest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. They don't say much, but pretty much don't say anything. They're just done talking. Life has taken the talk out of them. Probably the closest to the Doomslayer you'll get is a burned out old West Texas man. My boyfriend has a southern accent and it still makes me giggle sometimes. Accents are fun. I feel like the internet might be the thing that eliminates accents before too long. Maybe we'll move from people who speak, because it's about the media you surround yourself with, so it'll probably be less like, oh, you grew up in the United States, and more like you watched a lot of Vine growing up. You talk like a Viner. And then, well, I guess there's already been culture wars on the internet. Man, that shit is just like, every time I try to think about futurism, it's just like, no, all that already happened. It just seems cute, but it actually happened. Peppa Pig is a campaign to eliminate the American accent. Well, yeah, time moves on, I guess.
Internal energy levels rising. Re-establishing power to core and supplementary systems.
Internet is the new geography. I agree with that. Yeah. I don't know if it's true right now, but I think 50 years on, for sure, it's going to be about the cultural circles you run in on the internet that dictate how you communicate, and that'll probably be less and less verbal as well. Imagine a little fucking, you know, this is a little. I think this is a little unimaginative. But, you know, just for the sake of movie props, let's say you ram a needle into your brain, and then you can just think, you can think to the internet in words or in speech. You can attach a voice synthesizer to the string of expressions you want to put out, instantly goes into languages or instantly goes into various different kinds of speech patterns. Then it's just going to be really about branding. Like, how do you brand yourself? What kind of person do you create? The meat that you pop out of the womb with doesn't really matter so much. Too high for this? Oh, I'm on my way up. Toast Cat, you better get ready, dude. I am daring to think about the future for the first time in a while. Watching an American show and hearing a New Zealand accent is always super jarring. Which one? I do also agree. There's been a bit of an infatuation with the New Zealand accent, I think. I'm trying to think of, oh yeah, Half-Life Alyx is the one that kind of drove it home, where it's like, oh, it's the quirky Kiwi? Like, is this becoming a thing? We're dealing with, like, an archetype now? I'm reminded of, like, what is it? Korg in Ragnarok? Granted, it was Taika, so it's like, yeah, it's allowed, but that's kind of the character he's playing, is that kind of goofy, cronky sidekick who's just a little wacky, you know? That seems to be a thing. Or becoming a thing. Maybe it is a thing and now it's not a thing anymore. I don't know. It's interesting to notice things while they're going on, or when they're forming. I don't think there's any lesson to be learned. It's just almost like trying to spot a cloud that looks like a particular shape. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Give a couple laps to BFG. Man. Yeah, what was it? Somebody, I think New Zealanders don't take ourselves seriously enough to justify being anything other than a quirky sidekick. Yeah, it's that mix of just like it's when you take exceptionalism out of the equation, the self-appraising of a culture becomes so different. It just becomes so much more clear and less insistent and less I don't know what the word is, less pleading and desperate in a way. But I'll always think about, we went on this like bus tour in New Zealand. It was shortly after an RTX Australia. A lot of us kind of went in on this like group house, and we all spent a couple of days near Shucks, I'm blanking on the name of the town now. Auckland. And then, you know, did like a bus tour to like a winery. It was wonderful. It was truly like idyllic. It was fairy tale shit. But the bus tour guide was a beautiful like New Zealand citizen. And he was just kind of rattling off stories about everything we passed, like stories about the farms we were passing and the people who lived there and what happened to them. And there was a beat where he just kind of like thought, and he was like, yeah, Kiwis are weird people. And just kept talking. And I was like, wow, is that not the most honest thing I think I've ever heard? It was for some reason, that's the thing that burned into my head the most. It was just that moment of like clarity from that dude. And then you just kept on rolling. And the stories you were telling were pretty wild. Unfortunately, a lot of those details aren't clicking into my head because I was tired, man. I think I actually dozed off on the bus ride. But people are weird, man. People are weird. And being at home with that weirdness is, I think, where a lot of that comes from. Of course, the Drunk Eternal shirt comes in a V-neck. Hey, man, I'm looking out. I want everyone to look good. Do enjoy a New Zealand comedy troupe. They made some hilarious Vivos. Viva La Dirt League. They do a lot of really great video game parody stuff. Well, let me open that up. I did see that Auntie Donna got signed for a show. That is so fantastic. I got mostly... I was familiar with the Bigoted Bill sketch. They're Australian, I think. I think. But, can Beautiful Bus Tour Guy please be a recurring character now? Well, it depends. Depends how many hard seltzers I've had. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss anything stupid. Going to Cultist Base. You ever been to Scotland? No. Unfortunately, no. I would like to go everywhere. And to be honest, like, I don't see that so much anymore. I don't see comedy troupes putting out content into the ether that like hits with an audience and then they get like a show. That's the path, right? That's what you'd want to think is there. Maybe it's just I see a lot of swings and misses. Maybe that's kind of what I'm thinking. I got a little disillusioned that form of that path of comedy didn't exist anymore. So you either had to deal with like edgelords on the internet or studio stuff that's really just like aging comedians fucking around in tropical places with their friends. I was like, man, oof. Can't there be any like just it doesn't have to be a lot, but just a little budget towards the imaginative? Which I was happy with. I was glad that at least we got Arizona Circle out working at Rooster Teeth. That was cool. Weird. Okay. Didn't know I was gonna be able to fit over him. Gotta wait for my belch. Imagination is dangerous. You're right.
The Hell Priest is
I think it's called YouTube now. Yeah, it is. It is.
Pinpoint his exact location at this time.
Actually, you know what it is? It seems like the biggest comedy hits lately have been character work in short form, which is kind of what Saturday Night Live can revolve around sometimes. It's just like, I have a character and they say something weird and they always go, "Scott-a-boop!" and then they click their hands. Like I've seen a lot of that stuff really hit. Mostly thinking of like Gus and Trevor Wallace. Like that's kind of, I guess, where I've seen the new explosion of comedy, and it's been awesome. I don't think there's a single bad thing about it. Oh, a split screen. My name is with a W. Lawre. Local comedy group named Picnic Face had a comedy network show. Their YouTube videos were pretty funny back in the day. A lot of random improv sketch comedy. Ah, like the Upright Citizens Brigade approach. Oh, these things are so meaty. Thought you were further along yesterday. Boy, was I ever to shock. I died. I have to start over. I did a big death. Oh.
Is my time at an end? Let's see if you're strong enough to survive this cursed season.
I did a big whoopsie and I died. Oh yeah, Derek Comedy is awesome.
The Slayer has arrived.
I guess Derek Comedy kind of
Please be advised.
finished, or I guess they did Mystery Team, right? Did they do anything after that? I guess Lonely Island was another one. It's kind of come up. As long as you can make good stuff and put it on YouTube or whatever, you're a star to me. I don't need ABC or NBC to tell me what to watch. Yeah, it's mostly just the budget. Like sometimes props, scale, crew, and like camera work can make stuff funnier. The right kind of comedy. Which is not to say that that comedy's better or the right kind. I just mean like, you know, something that's like raw and gritty and good for like improv on, like really gritty improv on YouTube. That's good there. I'm not sure that you take those bits and scale them up with money and suddenly they become better. I think it has to fit, is what I meant. Whitest Kids You Know is a good example of like, their comedy seemed to perfectly match the scale of their production. Like the ideas they had got the right level of execution. But like, you know what? Great example. So like, think about the Lincoln sketch. You know, classic Whitest Kids You Know. It would not be as funny if you couldn't get that wide shot of like a dude sitting in the audience and Lincoln like just in the distance, like that shot and his fucking hat going around. Like that you don't get that for cheap. You need a good camera and a good operator and like. I mean, maybe now you can do it. Fuck it, you can probably do that on an iPhone, but it's still about an idea that requires a little bit of a punch up to execute. Never saw that skit. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it right now. But in terms of production, you know, the set is necessary. Like they had to book out a whole fucking thing. Like they had to book out a whole church or something. They had to book out something with a box seat. That costs money, but it makes the joke. You could do it. You could do it, you know, you could do camera tricks and like a little table with like, I don't know, some curtains around it or something. You could do it. But man, the shot and like especially the acoustics in the room sell the screaming so good. Hey, what's up, Eddie Monahan? Hello, and welcome. That was the first time you saw it? Oh man. Whitest Kids You Know has a lot of good stuff. They even put out an album, weirdly. They were very kind of alongside Lonely Island for a minute there in terms of the way that, like their creativity and the way they were expressing it. Hey Flav, good to see you. So yeah, check out Whitest Kids You Know. It's also like, I think you can get away with a lot of jokes when you wear who you are on your sleeve. Because they did some racial shit. Oh, hello. Hey. I can't think of any of their sketches that were misses for me. For me, it's almost like I wonder. Yeah, Gallon of PCP is a classic. Absolutely. I'm kind of trying to like. They have a couple of like music video sketches that are just a little more goofy than funny. But yeah, whatever. I can't think of anything that's like, yeah, just a full-on miss. Like, there's at least a chuckle in everything. But it's been so long. It's been so long. I haven't really tracked Whitest Kids since I found them out in the mid 2000s. Somebody mentioned that they stream on Twitch, and I would love to watch them stream. What Twitch account do they stream from? Sniper Boss is legendary. Maybe I haven't seen that one. Sketches that are really forgettable, not offensively bad. Okay. That sounds about right. It's like, okay, yeah, that's a joke. Like, I remember thinking that quite a bit. I'm like, yep. Joke delivered. Nothing that was just like leagues above. In the Office Pictionary sketch, that sounds familiar. Hey, mister. Holy hell, mister. I should have chainsawed. Official West Kid, you know. Alright, thank you. I am going to drop a little heart on that channel right now. Thank you guys for bringing that up. Wish the demons would do damage to each other. They do. They do. It's pretty hard to get demons to kill each other. Like, in a way, this is a bit of a it's a bit of circular reasoning, but if they do damage to each other, they're not shooting at you, and it really does open you up to do whatever you feel like doing. You kind of get to choose what resources to recoup in that situation. Nice. So yeah, them distracting each other is pretty good. Yeah, they'll hit each other, and then they'll turn around and start fighting each other too. You can try to guide the situation in that way, but the moment-to-moment action in Doom is so fluid, it's kind of hard to make the demons do what you want. You kind of just corral them, and then your best shot has to be surgical. This cultist base still as bad for you as it was. No, I feel really confident right now, and I'm playing certain fights in just completely different ways. There's some fights that I just kind of had picked up, I guess. That was a good time to do that, but just like weird habits to reinforce safety that are just kind of completely unnecessary. This fight's gonna be interesting. Six rockets. Shit. I'm worried about that. Shit! Wrong button. Alright. I don't have the movement rune. Dashing in a certain way to make sure that I'm not in melee range of them ever. So I kind of wait until I'm just in melee range and then I dash through if we have to cross each other. Because if those guys melee you, it sucks. They hit you like 3 times in quick succession, and it does so much damage. Twitch is low effort and pretty profitable if you've already got an established fan base. Yeah, I agree with that. Was somebody asking why they were on Twitch? It's one of those why not kind of things, and yeah, if you've already got a following, you kind of get to jump the line. I just don't want to go with Chrono Strike. It's good for the boom boom room. Comedy festival in Edinburgh for a few weeks every summer. Just hundreds of comedy and arts shows all around the city. Much of it's free. Every bar and venue has something playing all day, most of the night. It's been canceled this year along with things just not being open. Has no doubt really hurt up-and-coming comedy acts. God, yeah, it hurts to when your brain almost starts to comprehend exactly how much shit has been thrown out of whack. When like the little wrinkle goes poop and you suddenly gain just a shred of empathy about it. It's tough. It's tough. It's affecting everyone. It's crazy to think about. Kind of impossible to really grasp. I'm hanging out here way too long. Fuck. Oh, the other ones don't spawn until you kill that one? Fuck you. Alright. He's not dead. Using having the chainsaw quite so much. Shit. Alright. Chainsaw more. Didn't get him with the... Oh, whatever. Didn't die. Twitch finally got the average person to respect T-Pain's musical legacy, so I'm all for more celebrities jumping to Twitch. I agree, you know? It is a chance to sort of reshape your public image in a way. You just interact directly with people and then word spreads. Yeah, it's nice that the hose has gotten wider. It's a weird way to say it. I guess the axis is not quite so one-dimensional anymore. It's not quite so, like, bent in service of individuals' financial interests. It can just be a thing. Sort of subsidized by the bits and pieces of the many. Alright, lock on burst, yes. T-Pain's NPR Tiny Desk did that for me? Dude's talented as balls. Really? I gotta admit, I haven't seen that or heard about it. But that sounds like something I am interested in. Snoop Dogg streams but all he plays is Madden. I think I'm actually gonna get this right away. I don't think I need the Super Shotgun Mastery as early as I think I do. I'm kind of coming around to that. Yeah, Tiny Desk God tier. I'm interested. Subsidized by literal bits, exactly. What a weird state of being it is. Yeah, Loof, that's... I guess I was partially amused that he doesn't punch the UAC drones anymore. Just kind of like, give me that. So maybe he's not as angry towards... I guess they're still UAC drones. Maybe it's like the difference between Rogue One Vader and Return of the Jedi Vader. His anger is now more deeply seated and is morphed and becomes something else. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, use the restroom, be right back.
No.
Saturday morning. The Joker, baby. I'm back. Hey everyone, I'm back. Hey, it's me. It's me, the Joker. Hey, society. Hey. Sorry about the long break. I was ordering food. Put in an intermission sequence? Oh yeah. Geneva. Yeah, I've been editing out like 60 to like 1 to 2 minute clips of just a bunch of random stuff. And then I dump it all into a folder like a big old trash can. Boosh. I would like volume level it, try to make it kind of uniform. Dump it all into a big trash can and then just point a video plug-in at the trash can and say do all that. So it's just a random playlist of like, I've been adding some stuff to it lately, but like 2,400 clips of shit.
The beast trusts
just an ongoing media collage project.
But he is weak. Your hate must match his will. Only then will you be truly safe.
Maybe I need to do two rounds of rockets, or maybe just an extra rocket. Oh. Oof, okay, I thought I was a little too out of bounds. I don't have a super shotgun. Froze up on the buttons for a second. I think I'll be okay then. That got a little weird. We're good though. Oh, who's shooting things? Oh, Mr. Wizard? Yeah, there were like a host of edutainment shows that also I didn't have super access to, but I think in like the late 90s, PBS started showing Bill Nye, so I was very thankful for that. Okay, let's see. Did the run die on Necroval? No, it died on Urdak. There's a clip of it. I'm 100% sure it was 90% sure it was a bug. Basically, I did a glory kill. I was standing inside of Cyber Mancubus green shit when I came out of the animation. I jumped and dashed away, but the dot stayed on me. It kept sizzling me, and I just died. It happened really fast. But I wasn't standing in it. I was in the air and away. So, and it was like hitting me at a regular interval, like I was underwater. It wasn't like I was getting shot. So that sucks. That one hurts. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe use BFG, so I'm just not on the ground as much.
The myth of the Slayer's strength is exposed now to us. Can you see it, brothers? He has lost the resolve to continue.
Wishbone was your favorite? I didn't watch much of Wishbone.
Eat his soul. I must survive this. Protect me in my time of need.
I also never watched Teletubbies either.
Secure your place in the new world.
Is anyone a Teletubbies expert? Can anyone give me the elevator pitch on Teletubbies? What type of food are you getting? Mexican and like borderline Tex-Mex too, where everything's fried and has cheese on it. It's great. I watched Cyber Chase. No,
Shotgun is nearby.
I'm not familiar with Cyber
From your
Chase.
past. The priests have kept it hidden from you in this remote location.
Okay. Gotta remind myself of the strats. Get the gas right away. Ice grenade, Mancubus, chainsaw. There's some whiplashes at some point. I think I'll be okay. I never saw Cyber Chase. Not familiar with that. Tex-Mex is the most American food. Yeah. It kind of is. I can't think of any other. I'm trying to think of other cuisines that America grabs and then covers in cheese and deep fries, and that becomes its own thing. Pizza? Kinda. Like American pizza, I understand, is quite a bit more intense than Italian pizza. But like Tex-Mex is like, it's somewhere in there is Mexican food, but it's just been double battered and fried and covered in liquid cheese. It's awesome. Okay, let me think. It's Arachnotrons first, then Whiplashes, then Mancubuses. But definitely get that gas. Post haste. All right, open up.
Attention, all mortally challenged personnel. The Slayer is inside the facility. Please proceed with aggression.
Can't use gas. All right, I was about to use gas. Do not use gas. Right now. Now it's gargoyles and whiplashes, I believe. Let me hear. Oh, this sucks. Okay. Fuck. Ah, shit. Oh. Fuck. Oh, the time is slowing down. Fuck, man. Alright. You are still alive. Damn. You were not dead yet. Ah. Fuck. That's depressing. Let's use the grenade. Yeah. Those other grenades must not have hit. Or those other rockets. dude. There, shit. Yeah, I just popped Death Rune. I thought it popped before it did, actually, so I kind of had a moment of indecision. So that kind of trip. Doom has been haunted lately, man. Jeez. Out of one tenant, bug, I think. Conspicuous bug. Essentially, I was doing a glory kill. Cyber Mancubus green shit got put under me. I came out of the glory kill animation and jumped away to not stand in the fire, so to speak. But it still registered me as standing in. That's my theory. So it just kept tagging me with the dot until I was dead, and there was just no way to make it stop. Yeah, Doom is resorting to all kinds of dirty tricks. You will not get me, not today. I mean, probably, actually today, yeah, it got me. It got me today. I'm not going to be able to finish this game tonight, even if everything goes right. Didn't see if it sounds like bullshit. I appreciate that vote of confidence, Marzar. It was a fair amount of bullshit. I've seen some bullshit in my time. Another day on sunny cultist base. Didn't Jackie Chan have a cartoon for a while, but he wasn't the main character? No, he was. Well, sort of. There was a adventurous, capricious youth who was kind of the main character. But yeah, Jackie Chan Adventures. That show was great. I remember enjoying it. I remember it wasn't like profound. I remember some episodes of Batman. Yeah, some episodes of Batman were pretty special, pretty unique. But it was just good fun. That's my review of a 20-year-old cartoon. Like super hardcore difficulty run, yeah, Pac-Man. It's the hardest version or the hardest difficulty in the game, and you're not allowed to die. You cannot die. If you die, you have to start all the way over. You have to delete your save right away. So it's like, hey, some Iron Man business on top of like this game is just really tough. This part's not, so this is not the hard part. In case you're watching this and being like, this doesn't seem that bad. Because I agree. This is the breather. This is like the only... A lot of video games have a sequence like this, like where you have an overpowered thing for a little bit. So just go have some fun. It's kind of that part of the game. The crowd pleaser. Doom doesn't feel like a game that would have one of those, but it does, except it's right when the game tips off, kind of. Which I guess is maybe sort of a weird prologue, because after this is kind of when Doom gets real. Super shotgun. Alright. Let me see how much I can... Okay. Ultra Nightmare gets easier right after this level. Yeah. You know what, Steve? This one's on you. It hurts. Ow! What? What's wrong with me? fuck? That's unique. All right. Wake up. Oh. Everything's fine. God, I can chainsaw again. Shit, man, I'm out of everything. Fuck. Woo. God damn it. Wow. Okay, I have to chainsaw. Totally forgot. That's the seltzer's kicking in. I don't know if I want to keep going. 7:15. I'm just not in good shape now. Like, I think I have to admit that. Seltzers are kicking in. Like, yeah, no, it's a dumb room to die in. I think that's a casualty of inebriation. I'm trying to think about. I'm gonna switch to something. Yeah, I'll do a different game. I'll think about it. I'll be right. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'll be right back. See you guys in a second.